Hello and welcome to the Lifestream D&D stream, the lockdown of Dunreen. I'm your DM Hesper, and tonight we're joined by, Cados.
Hi, I'm Cados. I play Raine, a half-elf bard slash hexblade. Warlock.
Feugy, I got it right this time.
Hi, I'm Remy, and I play Feugy.
Fuck.
What?
Aster.
Hi, I'm Aster, and I play the Shadow Menace.
Lani. I think your mic didn't pick up Lani.
No.
Hello.
There you go.
Hi, it's me, Lani.
Oh, microphone echo.
I'm sorry. It's really bad.
And I guess last we have maybe Khaleesi.
Hi, I play R the sloth.
Alrighty. So last time that we left off, we left off with our intrepid heroes starting, gathering more intel and learning about more things around town. They wanted to know information about. I mean, technically, heroes, yes. I mean, even if you're reading a book about villains, isn't it still technically your hero?
No, they're protagonists.
Okay, our protagonist then. Are you happy? Our protagonist. Oh, that's such a long word. Anyways, decided to get some more information from Master Silverbeard at the Snow Tier Inn, learning such things as a certain dwarven distaste and possibly rivalry between him and the owner of the Drunken Donkey Tavern, as well as a local brothel known as the Blue Rose. As the group decided to take a look around and see about checking out the Blue Rose, they got there eventually after a few sidetracks and found that the Blue Rose seemed to be closed with a decree on the door saying that it's been closed due to local law and such. I mean, you guys are in a town with a certain sticky situation. Eventually deciding it'd be too weird to try to get your way in there and start knocking on random people's doors upstairs where you saw the lights on. You decided, maybe we'll check this out another time, and gave up on that venture. Making your way down to, oh, not down to, um, taking a lead that you found previously before getting to the Blue Rose Inn about a letter that mentioned Thavnarian salts. Making your way over to the market district where you first ran into Fizzlespark, the alchemist gnome. You eventually started talking to a baker named Carvald, and learned more about Thavnaria to some extent. And learned that it's been a while since he's seen a merchant, but did learn that they generally come via sea routes rather than land routes. And taking that information, you guys eventually made your way down to the docks. Down at the docks, you took a look at a couple of those ships and it's just like, only one ship looks like it doesn't belong here. So you decided to make your way into the Barnacle Winch, which you found out from its owner, Eldrin, that it was actually called the Siren Song Tavern, but local people, for one reason or another, instead of calling it its proper name, decided to call it the Barnacle Wench. Inside here, you guys found out a little bit more information about the Thavnarian merchant, especially since you learned that the most recent one died like 3 weeks ago, and that his goods were put in some kind of storage. After which you sent Remy over to have to distract with a drinking competition to the man that Eldarin decided to go talk to, and to find out this information for you guys. Managing to utterly and completely trounce this guy in drinking with a single drink. Uh, you guys took from his person 2 sets of keys and some random baubles and some really peddly amount of cash, and a ledger that he had on the table. After doing this, you guys decided the best course of action was to find a back alley to try to read the ledger in. And speaking of this, I completely and totally forgot about this. That there was snow on the ground, so rolling the dice would have been near impossible. But I kind of have an idea about what's going on. I'll kind of describe what happened. So, as you guys are
That
in the
makes
back
us
alley,
extra suspicious to that guard now. He was right to question us.
Yeah.
Who fucking rolls
So-
dice in the snow?
yeah, exactly.
Hey, look, maybe there was like an awning or something we were under. It's cool. It's cool.
Anyways, so you guys set Roux and Remy, though Remy was a little distracted by his cover story of just having a nice conversation with Roux. He wasn't paying as much attention. While Ryan and Raine decided to look through the ill-gotten gains. Eventually, the said guard that we said earlier comes up to notices the group and starts coming up to the group. Roux, trying to get the attention of her brother and sister in the alley, decides to snap her fingers and also gets the attention of the guard, uh, getting him to become more suspicious about your activities. Deciding best course of action is like, hey, I got these dice, so let's roll them. Raine stomps down a bit of the snow, the packet, to make it look a little bit better. Ryan, with his absolutely shit performance, rolls the dice out into the middle of a giant snow pile.
Nice retcon. I like it. Good job.
Uh, Raising even more suspicion among this guard. He pulls you guys out and starts questioning you guys, feeling that he has a connection about what's going on with the events happening in this town and his newly acquired 4 suspicious people. He manages to somehow, unbeknownst to you guys, get a hold of more guards as they surround the group. Raine, with a look of desperation and possibly "I'm not going to jail," has a look in her eye that she plans on holding up the guards. Ryan, on the other hand, manages to somehow calm her and goes into a more smooth talk of getting the guards to double check the work of the first guard, which they do, and they don't find anything that's as suspicious as the first guard thought. Taking you guys to the guard outpost for a few more questionings, Ryan comes up with the idea of coming partially clean, which seems to be just enough to cause the guard captain Geralt to believe your story. Pretty much. And releases our group about 7 o'clock at night as you guys make your way up to the Snow Tier Inn. I would have said that would have been about 30 minutes. You guys are talking about taking a short rest, so that's going to be an hour. So as we pick up about 8:30, 30 minutes before curfew, uh, the
Oh man.
yeah, I know this is kind of. I mean, unless you guys don't take the short rest, that's totally up to you guys. I don't really see a reason why you guys would need to take the short rest. Maybe a shorter than short rest.
Well, hold on. Okay, so what time is it before the rest?
It would be 7:30 by the time that you guys got up in your room and you started. You were trying to figure out what you were going to do. You were looking through your poster things. Remy, I guess, is just kind of sitting in the corner, being Remy. I guess Roux's just relaxing on the bed, and Raine was reading through the ledger and found the information, which, by the way, is in your letters section. I don't know if anybody wants to read that out loud. there's in the handouts and the letter, there's
I
a
can do
doc
it.
ledger. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and feel free to read that out.
This is a ledger. Covers the economics of the port district that has transpired in the most recent 2.5 weeks, allowing for that amount of times worth of Hesper, this isn't a sentence. Times
I
worth
know,
of
I'm reading
information dealing with such things as dock fees and storage of goods. The part the group finds interesting is the section 4 days in that accounts for materials that were moved off of a Thrismerian merchant that ended up dying while in the city of Dunreen about 3 weeks ago and placed into storage at the port district. The number of the storage area seems to be 137, though it is not sure how many total storage areas are in the port district.
Hesper, if you ever need help like drafting some of this stuff, we can help you.
I think I wrote this when I was like
How
1
many
o'clock in the
beers
morning
deep
and I was
were
dead
you?
tired. Huh?
How many beers deep were you? I wrote a whole essay that sounded like this when I read it the next morning.
I don't want to. No comment on that one. At the time, when I was somewhat sleep deprived, it looked good to me.
Hesper, please, I beg of you, read D&D notes out loud to yourself before you make them public.
Sad thing is, I did read that out loud at the time. I should have read it out loud when I was more thinking clearly.
You need to put it into like Google and like Google read it for you, and that will help too.
Google, read how fucking terrible I am. Thanks. So I would say at the most going through the ledger, especially since that was towards the beginning, you could have probably found that information. You know what? Roll me an investigation check real quick, Raine.
Would you say we're looking through the ledger at our leisure?
Okay, let me do that. Let me see.
What were you saying, Aster?
Would you say we're looking through the ledger in our leisure?
At your leisure? Yeah.
Yes.
Ha ha ha. 20. Yeah, it doesn't take you long at all. At most, it takes you like 10 minutes. As soon as you get in the room, you're just like, oh, it was right there. I wish that fucking guard wouldn't have come. God damn it.
Yeah.
So my question for you, Hesper, is I don't think any of us have used any significant spell slots or lost any hit points, anything like that. I don't know. I can't speak for everybody. I haven't. So I was going to ask if there's any kind of mechanical obligation for us to take a short rest.
I mean, the longest that you guys really needed to do was to find out about how long it would take to find the information, and that investigation check told me less than 10 minutes at most.
Right. So it's more we're just going back to the inn to have like a private moment.
Yeah, a lot more private moment than a fucking back alley.
Whoops.
Well, sometimes you gotta spice it up.
So yeah, I would, and not to mention the discuss this information. I would say it probably would take about 10 minutes of. Oh, here it is. Okay, looks like something about a unit 137 over at the port district. It'd take too long for me to thumb through all this and figure out about how many there are. So we'll just have to play that part by ear. But yeah.
I mean, not to keep antagonizing you over this, Hesper, but yeah, it probably would take us 10 minutes to decipher it if it's written like that.
I mean, it's written like a ledger. It has date, material. What it is. Like dock fee, storage material. Just it's really shorthand. Just kind of.
Okay, so Ryan has a plan. Hey guys, I think I'm going to go get my disguise tailored, so I can bust out of it like one of those performers, and then I'll keep my ninja assassin clothes underneath for strategic benefit. This way I can be disguised until it's time to start drawing blood.
Well, that sounds like a pretty good idea.
I don't necessarily need any of you guys' assistance with this, but I certainly wouldn't refuse it. I'm just going to Taylor's.
I'm gonna go because you have a tendency to get in trouble. So yeah.
Shit, I forgot to ask you this earlier, Lani. I totally forgot to ask you this earlier. And this should have been a lot earlier in the session. Yeah, Aster knows what I'm talking about. When Ryan was describing his new persona that he was going to come up with and kind of what he was thinking about doing.
Well, hold on.
Did you
For the
keep the
audience,
old
I don't think we actually ever described what's going on with Lani's character in this way. Lani made her character's appearance to... Roux is a shapeshifter, and Roux made herself look like a female twin of Ryan,
Correct.
who is now featured on wanted posters all throughout the town. Is what
Yeah,
we're
I
getting
was
at.
thinking about that as well.
Yeah, so did you follow suit with what he did and convert yourself to be like a female version of his flamboyant blonde hair version now?
Yeah,
Okay.
just to avoid further suspicion.
Yeah, 2
Okay.
weeks later, I thought about it. I was like, oh, whoops.
Yeah, I kind of thought about it too. I was like, holy shit, why didn't the guard captain put this together? So that's why I thought I would
Yeah.
at least give you an out.
Yeah, the whole interrogation we had was really the eye-opening moment for me. I was like, hey, wait.
Yeah. Yeah, and then Aster said that, and I'm just like, holy fuck, why didn't they lock her away being under suspicion of being the fucking Shadow Nemesis or whatever the fuck I ended up calling him? Shadow Menace, that's right.
Yeah.
Shadow Nemesis.
The Shadow Menace.
Yeah. Anyways, okay. So she looks like a female version of your flamboyant
Disguise
blonde.
Ryan. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Awesome. And I'm assuming you're just kind of planning on holding this until regular Ryan is a lot more clear or something like that, or at least while you're here in town, Lani.
Mike.
Hello.
Yeah, I think your mic is just.
Hello.
I assume yes.
Keeps cutting off, babe.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's all right. If you have to type, just go ahead and type.
Yeah, and I'm sorry to make you keep talking in this situation. Okay, so with the... I know webcams are like non-existent right now. Like you can't... There is no webcam market. How are web mics doing? Is it similar? Like you just can't get them anywhere?
Can you hear me? Hello.
Hi.
Yes.
Yeah,
Hi.
I can hear you.
I mean, I haven't really looked at standalone mics. I kind of browsed Amazon for a little bit, and they weren't sold out or anything. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
was gonna say because it's only been a couple of weeks since Cados got hers, I think.
I got mine at Best Buy, but and I think your desk would probably be way more compatible than mine with a C rent, or what is it, the C clamp?
Yeah, I
C-clamp.
have a C clamp already for my monitors. So
Yeah, so I'll send you a link to the C clamp I got for my mic, and then I'll send you the link of the mic that I got, and then that way you kind of browse through that way. But the mic I got, you can switch from like omnidirectional. I think mine's the carotid one, so it's just straight like where it's facing me, and it doesn't pick up anything else. But there's like 4 different settings to it, and I can tap it. When I tap it at the top, which is really the bottom, and you touch it, and that's when you can mute it, and it'll turn off. The light will turn off, so you know when it's not on. It's not recording.
Fancy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say pretty damn fancy.
why just get a headset? Like, is that the answer here?
I mean, in the long run, I think it would be better if you have 2 separate. Like, you don't want to get rid of your Logitech one because you can hear from the Logitech, right?
Yeah.
So I think it might be better to get a standalone mic just so that you use your headset, your Logitech headset, just to hear, and then your standalone mic to talk through.
Yeah, and like I said, with the standalone mic, you get a lot better because it's analog rather than digitized.
Yeah.
So you get like a clear, crisper voice.
Crispy.
Crispy.
So crispy.
Okay, I'll send
But
you the links
anyway.
right now.
So Roux, you know me, I brought 2 weeks of underwear, but I only brought 2 outfits. Do you mind if I borrow a set of your clothes?
Yeah, I guess.
There's a reason for this.
Uh-huh.
So, I laboriously take off my fine clothes, and I think I have the bare essentials of like my ninja gear underneath, probably like a tank. I probably just like have a one piece like black like thermal or something, and then I probably
Well,
I don't know.
here's the $1 million question: are you going for more like a movie ninja, or are you thinking more along the lines of an actual ninja? Because if it's an actual ninja, they wear blue to match the night sky
Right.
rather than
So
black.
I was thinking like black onesie, like a tank top on the torso, and then like it goes down my legs, and then also I wear it is hard to describe, but like the like Ibuki's pants in Street Fighter, or like the Nargacuga pants in Monster Hunter, like that have like they're baggy and they have the holes cut in them, like a hakama almost. I was thinking something like that for the pants, and then just like I think he wears like the top, like the gi, kind of around his waist, like he could pull it up, but he usually keeps it down at his waist.
Okay, so you have
Yeah.
like a mixture of black and blue, I guess.
Yeah, that stuff would be blue. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, that's what I was thinking for like the ninja gear in general. But I think he's just wearing like the onesie under his
Like the skin tight.
yeah
Okay, and then
under his
maybe
fine
like
clothes. So
and then maybe like a scarf or something like that.
yeah. So he's gonna take off his fine clothes and put on the
Or who
set
knows?
that.
Maybe you might be able to find a new scarf if you're planning on going to the tailor's.
Also true. But is that enough to disguise? Okay, whatever.
Yeah, I know.
I feel like if I just
fine.
change my scarf, that's Clark Kent, you know. But let's see. So I take off my fine clothes, put on Lani's clothes that she gave me, and then I put on some of my fine clothes over it. But I'm gonna, or maybe not.
Here's my question. Roux, did you have male clothes or are they all female?
2 sets of each, if I remember.
Yeah, I have a set of male and female.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have 2 sets of travelers and 2 sets of fine, right?
Yep.
Isn't that what you did?
And I think she also has
Yes.
like 2 sets of like common and 2 sets of like fucking costumes and shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, got it.
So my plan is to visit the tailor wearing, I guess, Roux's clothes that she gave me, and be able to hand off my clothing to the tailor.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Okay, got it. So, whoever's going with me, we're going to the tailor's, I guess.
Well, it sounded like Roux wanted to go. It sounded like Remy did. I don't know about Raine. That's the only one.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Cados?
I'll go.
Okay.
He'll go? Okay.
Yeah, I didn't want to keep anybody from their short rest, but I'm doing this in the stead of that.
I don't think anybody really needed a short rest. Nobody has used any spells other than maybe cantrips or something like that. But anyways, okay. So it'll take you guys about 30 minutes to travel from the Snow Tier Inn back over to the I don't know why I have you guys on the front page still. Jeez. Put you guys over at the map. It'll take you guys about 30 minutes to get from the Snow Tier Inn to the only area that you guys have seen a tailor, because I have mentioned it over where like Fizzle Spark and Carvault is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it'll probably take you guys probably about 30 minutes to get over there, but yeah.
So we kind of just like warping there as players, or we doing something on the way?
I would say probably about the only thing that you guys really need to do is, if you guys are traveling, just go ahead and roll me perception checks.
Yeah.
And let me know if there's anything in particular you're wanting to keep your eyes open for.
I want to know if there are new wanted posters in the places I took them down, if I pass any of those places on the way.
Okay, anything else? Anybody?
With the 7, I just want to make sure I'm on, the street. I don't want to run into any house.
You're perfectly fine with that. It's just, it's just the awe of the city at 7:40 ish at night is just with the street lamps on have just taken you by awe.
I have
That's
to
about it.
imagine a dwarven barbarian walking into a house is much like a car driving into a house.
Yeah. No worries. You're not completely blind. You're just oblivious to certain comings and goings going on around you. But yeah. Anything in particular that Raine and Roux are looking out for, or nah?
I'm just kind of looking to see if anyone's suspicious looking, kind of observing us, maybe.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you the general stuff, and then I'll get over to the specific things that you're looking at. Right now, it is. By the way, you guys feel a really deep chill as looking up into the night sky. One of the few times since you've been here that the sky has not covered with clouds, and is currently not snowing. But because there's no cloud coverage and no snow, it's it's a lot colder because there's no atmospheric
Insulation.
yeah, there's no insulation, so it's colder. The wind seems like it's picked up a bit more, so it's a lot more. You guys hear a lot more of the rushing of wind through the streets. um this, with the time of day, the streets are practically barren. um It seems like at this point, also the Undertaker, I believe, you guys believe, has probably called it a night because you guys do not hear the tinging bell anywhere as you make your way over there. Um, like I said, it's not currently snowing. There's a good snow coverage, but footprints aren't going to get easily covered up anytime soon. Um, and as for wanted posters,
Mm-hmm.
no, you don't see any new ones.
Okay.
Actually, the one spot that you walked by that you knew that you took the wanted poster off,
Yeah.
like your first one, you notice that they haven't even put up a new one yet.
Okay. Good to know.
And yeah, Remy, all stricken by the beauty and cold, just you know, you just seem to be following your siblings, not really paying attention to much else. And Roux just kind of seems like she's along for the ride. So, anyways, eventually you guys do make it back over to the market district. Again, like I said, it's been about 30 minutes. I would say with the change of clothes, that probably would have taken about 5 minutes. So you guys would have probably left there about 7:45. So it's about 8:15 right now. A lot of shops seem like that they've started closing down for the night. As opposed to earlier, you're seeing less and less candlelight in the shops, especially like the one-story ones. The ones that are two-story, like for example, Fizzle Sparks is a two-story. The lights on the bottom, there's it's Fizzle Sparks. It's really weird. There's like weird like green glow and blue kind of glows coming from his windows at the bottom, and candlelight coming from the top.
I should ask, is there like a guard encampment around his hut?
I think it's it was probably a little too late for them to possibly worry about that now. It's probably
Okay.
been pushed off to a first thing in the morning kind of thing.
Makes sense.
Yeah, because it's from the sounds of Captain Gerald, he doesn't feel threatened by Fizzlespark. If that makes any sense, he just seems like the few times that he's probably dealt with him, he's probably just gotten really annoyed by him more than anything else. Car vaults is completely closed. The flap that was up, holding up sort of like an awning over, has been closed. There's a padlock on it now. Yeah, he probably closed up probably like probably about 5 o'clock or so. It's been quite a while, just by looking at his shops being open. Let's see here. Right, the tailor. That's right. The tailor. Let's see here. Is he open? There is light going on in the tailors currently.
You rolled a dice.
Yeah. So as you guys are coming up, it seems like some of the candle lights are being put out, and this is only a one-story building, by the way.
Okay, so he's like packing up for the night.
He could possibly be getting ready to be calling it a night. Yes. Or she. We don't know yet.
I would like to give them a rap-a-tap-tap on the door.
You knock on the door, and like I said, it seems like the candle putting out, or has just stopped all of a sudden, and they're not. You're assuming that they're just kind of like, I'm not quite sure what to do, kind of situation. Possibly deer in the headlight, as far as you can tell. Maybe you're assuming from outside.
Hello, are you still open? I'm afraid I'm having a fashion emergency and I need help right now.
Fashion emergency, okay. After actually hearing a voice, you hear footsteps. They're very light and timid, honestly, to tell you the truth. As you hear the door, you hear the latch on the door go, and you see peering through the crack of the door, like an emerald green eye and some uh some rough brown hair from a very short in stature person. You know, not kind of hard to tell currently from your position. Could be possibly mistaken for a child. As they kind of seem to eye you up and down. You kind of hear like it seems like a very meek voice, and younger too. It seems like, uh, yes. Can I help you? Kind of unsure.
Hello, yes. Are you the tailor?
I mean, yes.
Well, you seem a little unsure of yourself.
I wasn't, but now kind of looking at his eye and such, it's kind of starts watering a little bit.
I think I'm putting it together. Okay, well, listen here, little scamp. Can we just borrow your facilities, maybe? I just gotta make some alterations to my clothing. We'll pay you for your time.
Okay. Well, hold on, and he kind of hear like a kind of like sounds like possibly sliding a one of those like chains and hooks off of the door, and after that, he kind of opens up the door the rest of the way and just kind of and looking at him, it's an upper teens kind of halfling.
Okay.
Like I said, just kind of unsure. Seems a little downtrodden, sad, depressed, kind of. Well, I mean, yes. Welcome to the. Oh God, I gotta think of a name for this place now. Should have been doing that.
I literally told you in advance.
Yeah, I know. But sometimes when you say something in advance, you guys don't go there. So give me like 2 seconds here. Yeah, we'll go with that. And he goes, yes, I'm sorry, but welcome to the Hearthfire Designs. My name is. My name is Roldo.
Taylor. What is it?
Taylor. Roldo.
Roldo?
Roldo. Slim Shady. What the fuck, Lani?
I'm back.
Welcome back. Yeah,
Thanks.
like that, Aster.
Yeah.
And
Roldo.
I'm sorry, it's a halfling. I had to think of a name real quick. I'm just like, fuck it. We'll go with that.
It's cool, man.
Anyways, alteration, right?
Yeah, so here's what I'd like to do. And
I mean, come in out of the snow, I guess. I mean, I
okay.
guess it's not snowing now, but it was earlier. But I mean, come in, and I mean, it's terribly bad for me leaving you out. I mean, yeah, I mean,
it's fine. It's fine. I'm coming to you for help. I'm very honored that you. Well, I guess you haven't chosen to accept, but you've chosen to let me in. You've chosen to listen.
I mean,
We go in the shop.
Yeah, and as you say that entering the shop, he's like, well, I mean, I think it's what my folks would have done. I mean, yeah, like I said, it just seems very like I said, it's kind of depressed, kind of like very unsure.
So
I'm hoping in the voice I'm really demonstrating this kind of.
yeah, you're
feeling
hammering it home.
Yeah.
Okay. So Raldo, was it?
Yes.
Let me try to cheer you up with a story. Raldo, do you like girls?
I mean, it's very awkward for him.
You it's okay. You can tell me.
I mean, I'm supposed to, right? I mean,
No,
anyways, I mean,
some people like boys, and that's okay too.
He seems to have just gone completely red from you telling him that, and it's just like.
So anyway, I have a girl back home, and she really likes to get down immediately wherever the mood strikes her, and I gotta be ready to just like bust out of my outfit, at a moment's notice.
He is very uncomfortable with this conversation at this point.
So let me tell you what I need is I need these clothes, and I hold them up to demonstrate, kind of bisected and fitted with snaps so they snap together so I can quickly remove it. And she likes leathers too, so sometimes I'm gonna have to be wearing my leathers underneath it, So gotta have room for wearing another set of some kind of clothing underneath. You think you could do something like that for me? I had this planned in advance.
Yeah, I know, and oh my god. You know what? Roll me a persuasion check. I want to
Are
see
you
how
sure
well
this isn't deception, Hesper?
for him. I mean, no, you're not telling him a complete. I mean, for I'm gonna say persuasion for this because it's not like he's
He's
in a
just
line of
taking.
questioning.
Yeah, he's taking me at face value.
Yeah, I mean, he's young enough. He's probably taking you at face value for
Oh,
that.
good. Okay, yeah.
And not to mention, besides that, I'm rolling your persuasion, having you roll persuasion to see how much of your story he's actually paying attention to, or how much you've lost him because he's just fucking completely and totally dumbstruck by your story. And it seems like he's following along with it pretty good. I mean, he is completely and totally fucking beat red at this point. Very uncomfortable.
I was hoping to, cheer him up a bit. I didn't think it would be, like this.
Yeah, like I said, yeah. I mean, well, I mean, I'm sure I can definitely do something like that. I mean, yeah, oh boy, yeah, I mean, if all people, if all women are like that, that's, oh boy, I'm just kind of, oh, just very, like I said, very uncomfortable, but he eventually does get across the point that he believes that he can get your easily removed clothing concept done. He does have a few more questions for you, though.
Okay.
And the questions are, okay, so I do need to know how well hidden these snaps need to be, and if you're looking to have it break essentially in half, where it's just two separate pieces, or am I keeping a seam together to where basically, for example, your pants, and it kind of goes around and uh, you know, kind of like with like kind of like a dowling rod, kind of like points down the seam of one of your legs and through the seams on the inside of your legs, and not on you, but like on a mannequin. Or do you, where, like, for example, this seam stays, but these seams here have uh, the ladies requested the removal clothes snaps. Uh,
So,
She's just very
I think I have answers for your two questions. For the first question, I'd really like to, keep it a surprise, at least for the first time, so they should be rather well hidden. As for your
Okay.
second question, I was thinking just, they break off into two separate pieces, but listen, you're the expert. The only rule is I have to, they have to be easy for me to just climb out of. Whatever that ends up being.
Well, I mean, the advantage with the seam staying is that putting it back together will be easier for you because you'll only have the three sides to worry about rather than four on the shirt and two two on the pants.
Yeah, listen, that sounds great.
So you'd much rather have it easier to be put back together than ease of completely getting out of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Are you left or right hand dominant?
Uh, I like to think of myself a little bit ambidextrous.
Uh, Okay. You see him, and he goes and he grabs uh a uh you see him kind of walk over to a shelf. It has threads on it and such, and you see him kind of go over and grab a thread. And he turns towards you and he's like, sorry, and he tosses the thread at you. Roll a d20. Even you catch it on with your left, odd you catch it with your right.
Okay.
Odd.
Oh man, I rolled the dice and then thunder struck. That was funny. Yeah, it's thundering and lightning over here.
It's over here too.
Okay.
That was ominous.
Yeah. So it seems like you do favor the right over the left. So I think for you, the ease would be to have the seams broken here along the left, and that way you pull with your right to open your and he just kind of goes off and is like, I'm embarrassed to say this situation again.
Yeah, listen, I get it. So here's the catch. I need this done more or less immediately. And again, I'm willing to pay just about any amount. Just say the word.
Well, I mean, I was planning on closing at the shop and going home for the night before curfew. I mean, the guards, say that there's a scary guy who's been running about, and I mean, I think the last thing I want to do is run into him if what they're saying is true. But anyways, so I won't be able to get to it till tomorrow. But I mean, fortunately for you, though, kind of unfortunate for everything because of the death thing going around town. And so he kind of says that he gets like really quiet and really somber. Like, it seems like it's kind of really hitting him hard when he starts talking about this pandemic that's going around.
So I'm going to kind of glance at my siblings here, and I'm gonna say, how about another plan? Uh, I would like to give you an amount of money that would get you back on your feet given the circumstances. I'm truly sorry for your loss, kid. I am. Um, uh, how about this? How about you stay here and work on these clothes, and once you're done, my family and I will escort you to your home safely.
Well, I mean, it. I mean, it's going to take me. And he's sitting here. He's kind of crunching through the numbers. It definitely seems like despite his age, it seems like this is something that he was kind of raised and bred to kind of do.
Hell yeah.
So, he guesses it will probably take because he's going to have to break the seams, and then he tells you to fit the extra, in to fit the. I mean, granted, the clothes are pretty poofy, but to keep it more hidden and stuff, he believes he's going to have to add fabric to it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to take time, and then to get enough snaps in there to have it secure, but then also at the same time, yeah, he's guessing it's probably like at most like a 3 to 4 hour job,
Okay.
especially considering he's going to have to match the fabric. So he's really insisting that he's tired, and and he just kind of wants to rest tonight, but he definitely says like first thing in the morning he would be able to do this and have it ready to go for you,
Okay.
like first thing, like probably around lunchtime. He'd probably definitely have it done, considering the lack of orders.
I look around to my siblings again and I say, or would you guys like to put our evening plans on hold?
Siblings.
I'm fine with that.
While we're here, wouldn't you like to have everything dyed black?
I mean, I do like the aesthetics of that, but I don't think that's the look I'm going for with these clothes.
By the way, you're talking about dyeing black, and he kind of looks at it, the clothes and stuff like that. Looks there. Yeah, dyeing these are going to be would be very difficult. It'd be quicker and easier to start from scratch with new fabric if you wanted to do something like that.
I don't.
Okay. I do have a question for him though. Do you happen to? I know that you're already fixing my brother's clothes, but do you happen to have any extra fabric potentially for sale? Maybe some frost weaved spider silk?
Oh, and by the way, the way that Fizzle Spark kind of said it was basically not woven in the cloth and stuff like that. It's like the actual like the
The raw
raw silk.
material.
Oh, the raw material? Do you have any raw?
Yeah. No, we don't. We don't manufacture it into the. We just we get our we get it.
Use the supplier.
Yeah. Well, they get, depending on the situation. They either he describes to you guys either buying the bolts of cloth, especially if it's a dye that they know that will take a long time to manufacture. In that case, and depending on the order, um, they'll either buy the bolts or they'll buy the pre-spindled threads, and they can make the bolts of cloth if they really have to, but it's quicker to already have the bolts and somebody else makes the cloth, especially considering it's just him now.
Okay. Okay, thank you for explaining that.
Let's see here. I'm trying to. I mean, if you do need, um, let's see here. Where did they harvest that again? Um, yeah, I think there's a couple of farms on the outskirts of town that dealt with the, that, if I remember right, they had the spiders and they made the either the threads or the bolts.
Oh.
I mean,
My
I
problem here
haven't.
is I'm imagining giant spiders.
Who wants to go to a spider farm? No, thank you.
Look,
Yeah,
I
you
honestly, this
sorry.
is D&D. I didn't think that we were getting that spider silk without fighting like a giant spider queen or something.
I mean, if you want, you can ask him if he knows anything about the spiders themselves or not.
Do you know anything about the actual spiders?
Let's see if he does. He rolled a natural 20, so fuck yes, he knows about the spiders. What do you want to know?
How's this? With a 20, do you have any books about them?
No, no. I've just been to the farm a couple of times. I went there with and he just kind of gets quiet for a moment. You kind of see him. He's like his eyes are kind of tearing up. So,
I pat him on the shoulder. I probably kneel down to his level a little bit, and I'm like, there. Look, I'm sorry we keep kind of bringing it up for you. Like a map of the outskirts?
Yeah, there's not really a map of the outskirts, but so he can kind of, like I said, I can just kind of, yeah, I can just kind of generally tell you and stuff like that. I mean, the map pretty much covers the main part of town.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was gonna say we definitely passed through some farms on the way here in the beginning.
yeah. He tells you it's more if you follow the northern trail out of town. So this trail right here,
Okay.
that it's about a good uh 2.5 hour uh, ride by wagon. Oops, looks like
Oh.
we lost.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, looks like we lost Cados.
Literally the moment after she warns us, she gets smitten.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
Whew.
But anyways, he
Yeah,
tells
same
you about.
situation over here. There's like thunder, lightning, and stuff.
Yeah, if I have two of you lose power or whatever, I might just end up calling it.
Okay.
Another thing we can do tonight, Hesper said it's a clear night and it needs to be clear for those, what was it, mushrooms?
Well, I think Cados was thinking about going up to the Tanged Laughing Man and seeing if there's
Yeah.
people who.
And I think I have another method for getting our people. Man, was hoping we'd have Cados here for this. But it's gonna be okay.
Let me
But
bring up her
we'll get to
sheet.
that. We'll get to that.
Yeah, let me bring up her sheet so I have it in case you guys need, because in case you guys need something, I can at least play her character for you.
I feel like I need Cados the player, but it's okay.
I mean, you technically have Feugy and
Yes.
Lani.
Okay.
And technically Khaleesi too.
So, even though I rolled a 20, like, I literally don't really know what to ask about spiders. So, I think I'm just going to
Well,
ask him, what do you think we should know, given that we need this silk?
And do you know where we can find the spider home?
he did tell you the
He did
spider.
explain that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, up north. Yep. I was paying attention.
Yeah. Yeah, it's about.
I like the idea of asking him again anyway. In character,
Yeah.
I think. It's a good
Yeah, it's
character
about
moment.
Yeah, I think this happened because Cados lost connection and kind of got sidetracked. But yeah, he did say it was about a 2.5 hour ride through the northernmost gate.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Anyway, so yeah, 2.5 hour wagon ride out of the northern gates. To get to the farmstead that he was talking about, that he went with somebody, you're not sure. And after that, you kind of ask him what you need to know, and he goes, "Well, they're a spider that's definitely known for their hardiness in cold weather. Um, they're about the size of well, they're bigger than mine. About maybe the size of his hands," and he points over at Remy.
Oh,
So
good.
they're
I was hoping they weren't like waist high or something.
no, they're not giant spiders, but they are
Large.
Yeah. Then they if you don't know what they're doing, they can be very temperamental, if I remember right. So if you know how to handle them, then they're not a problem, but if you don't, they really they will they will lash out at you and try to bite you, and they are a slightly poisonous spider. So, I remember the people who handled them wore thick leather gloves to try to keep them from getting bitten if the spider decided to bite them. Like I said, because they are decently poisonous. They're
Thank you
not
for the
like
heads up. I'll remember the gloves. That's good.
yeah.
Speaking of properly handling them, I do have a specific question. With everything going on, you never know what we'll need to do ourselves. How does one go about milking or I don't know, whatever it is you do to spiders to get their silk?
Um.
Do, do you just rub it like a genie's lamp?
You just stroke it.
That harvesting silk he does not know about. Because he did not he does not know how to. That's that's not something that he's actually partaken in. So,
At his age,
yeah, I mean, um, I guess you just grab it and pull. I don't know.
thanks for playing along, Hesper. Okay.
Yeah, be right back real quick.
All right.
Okay.
Yep. 9
Well-
o'clock. Time to shoot the dog.
Yeah, and since we don't have Cados, yeah. I mean, if you need to go on a break, yeah. I do know, Aster, you were talking about maybe looking for a scarf, like kind of like a different scarf or something.
Yeah, we can play that out. I have nothing. I have
Yeah.
nothing to go do.
Yeah, I mean, you notice that yes, there are different scarves seeming to be made from different types of materials and variations of different colors. Um, they have, if you're interested, like cowls and such. Um, it just all depends on what you're interested in.
Oh,
Do
yeah.
they have any like thick, nice fur cloaks? Would I have something like that already? I don't know.
Thick fur cloaks? No, you wouldn't. Yeah. And especially if you're talking like their kind of really thick fur cloaks that they're or are not or coats or something like that. He looks at you and he's just like, no, I mean, we don't really do much with furs. And you look around the store and it just seems blatantly obviously. It's like, oh yeah, nothing here is made of fur. It's all made of fabrics. Um, they do have some fabrics that look like that they're nice and thick and heavy and would be like really toasty warm, like like super flannel or something like that. But he then responds with I mean I think the tanner would have. I mean, they deal with leathers, and I think they also deal with fur hides and such. I'm sure they might have some fur coats.
Can you tell me how to get there or mark on our map where it is?
He kind of just says they're right next door.
Oh, all right, that's helpful.
And as you guys were walking up, it was one of the stores that was closed. Like the lights were out. So they must have closed up shop probably earlier.
Just to let you know, Hesper, I just checked line and Cados is
I did
probably
too.
gone for good. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
warning,
going to assume she's
yeah.
not coming back tonight.
I'm probably going to assume that too. So
Okay.
yeah. Worst case scenario, I can run Raine if you guys have something that you'd like Raine to do, but I'm definitely going to need Roux and Remy to have their A game going because I
Okay.
don't want this to be, I don't want this to be the Aster and Hesper show.
Aster and Hesper have a weird conversation.
Yeah,
Is that in character or in game? Or out of character?
both, all three. Or let's make this simpler, Lani. Yes. But yeah. Uh, yeah. I'm sorry to kind of shoot down your wanting a fur coat, Lani, but unfortunately not the right store, and unfortunately the one that is the right one is closed.
I have a question, Hesper. With fine
Mhm.
clothes, can we basically just style them pretty much however we're choosing? I mean, I don't know. I thought of
I'm
my
saying
fine clothes being kind of poofy and draped in jewels and stuff at 40 gold pieces. You know?
yeah, they're very nice. They're kind of like the poofy, nicer materials and such. Um, I would say the only downside is that they're stylized after Feldknots,
Sure, yeah.
which, you know, A, you guys stand out as opposed to Dunrins, and then B, um, they're not as warm. Like you can look at the Dunrin stuff, and it is, looking at their fine clothes, looking at like a fine dress. The outside of the dress, it has a very nice style to it, but like the inside of the dress is sort of padded to be extra insulated.
Are there like leggings to wear with it so that, extra warmth?
Yeah, like I said, they're
Yeah.
it's very much a society that's centralized around. Um, I mean, even though yes, their bodies have grown more adapt to this colder weather, they still would much rather be comfortable rather than not comfortable and freezing, unless they're unfortunately poor.
Do I see any silk scarves on display? Hello, hi, we're going back to the game.
Yep. Welcome back, Feugy. Um, yeah, there's some silk ones. There's you can definitely find some that are like I said, woven with this frost, the frost weave, the frost weave spider silk.
Nice.
And the thing about that is, even though it feels thin, for some odd reason, it retains heat very well.
Ooh.
So,
Uh, approximately what's the price of these silk scarves on the wall?
the frost weave or just like regular silk?
Uh, let's say the frost weave.
The frost weave, it varies depending on the length that you're looking for and the color. Certain colors are definitely going to run a steeper price than other colors. Granted, if you wanted one that had, you know, uh, basically like probably your cheapest option is going to be like a shorter white one, since the material seems to come in a native like white coloring. I think probably your most expensive is going to be like a really, really long purple, and then it
Okay.
varies in between, depending on the rarity of the color and the length. Okay, Lani.
Let's say this. How about maybe about 2 feet long and uh not
Few
quite a
feet.
foot wide?
Okay, so like an average size scarf.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh And I'm
And
thinking, I mean, amongst whatever you have available here, purple, red, blue, black.
pretty much all the colors that you're listing, they do seem to have in one manner or another. I would say probably purple is the hardest one for you to find,
Yeah.
and I want to check and see if purple even is a medium. Yeah, there's like one like all the way in the back, like regular length purple scarf.
Okay. I definitely grabbed that one.
Okay. Let's see here. So I'm gonna say because it's frostweave spider silk, uh, regular length. I would say that would probably run for the scarf. I would say that probably runs about 35 pieces of gold, and then considering it's purple, that's going to be like another 20. So it's going to be like 55 pieces of gold.
Oof. You know what? Considering it's so like rare and stuff, like this is a status symbol. I'm gonna be fucking class. Like other people know that like this stuff is rare and expensive, right?
The frostweave spider silk. Yeah, I mean, it's not like it's super rare, but this is like the only part of the world where you would find something like that. But it's definitely not like you don't see like commoners wearing this. It's definitely for like upper middle class and higher class to wear this kind of garment, and and generally, like the nice thing, like I said about this garment, is that it keeps you warmer, or it keeps you about as warm as like really heavy flannels and such.
I'm not even that worried about that. I just want people to think I'm real fancy pants.
Yeah, definitely the purple. It would be doing that. More
Yeah.
so the purple than it being the frostblade spider silk. But putting both together, yes, it is a very good like status symbol if that's what you're trying to run it with.
Hell yeah. So, while we're talking money, you said 55 so far. I was wondering if we could also make a down payment for the clothes which I leave in your care.
Okay, let's see here. Tells you labor would be 20 pieces of gold per hour. He's estimating about 4 hours. So that's going to be 80 pieces of gold. Wait, no, not 80 pieces of gold. Sorry. Change that around a little bit. That's way too high now I think about it. You can just buy a whole new outfit at that point. I'm like, wait a minute.
I'm over here
Um,
like, dude, good lord, this kid's rolling in it.
sorry. Let's change that to silver. So
So we're looking
we'll
at like
say
80 silver for labor.
80 silver for labor, and then he's going to need the material. I'm assuming this is probably a silk. And what color was it, by the way?
Oh, my fine clothes?
Yeah.
Um So I was thinking I had some like jewels and maybe some like sheer fabric like draping off that might be like different colors, like probably purple or something, but like I think the main garment is just like different tans and beiges and stuff maybe.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be very easy for him to match. So
Yeah.
I would say for him, yeah, to cut the material, the thread, and the materials for the snaps, that would probably run like 5 pieces of gold. Because he has to
So
put
we're
in
looking
metal
at
snaps.
approximately 61 so far gold cuz like 80 silver for labor.
80 silver, which or no, let's not do 80. Sorry, because I forgot. It's 10 silver equals 1 gold. So
Oh,
let's
okay.
say okay. So let's say 8 silver for that, and let's say 5 gold for the materials because it is fancier materials that he's gonna, and then also at the same time, the snaps and such. You know, they're good quality metal snaps and such. I'm gonna say probably 5 gold, so 5 gold, 8 silver for the whole thing.
Okay, so approximately 6 gold is what you're telling me for the alteration?
Yeah, rounded up, it'd be 6 pieces of gold. Yeah.
Okay, so that is 61. Hesper, I would like to give him 75 because I hear his plight and I want to give him a little something extra. Maybe he can go to my friend Carvold and get some bread tomorrow.
Okay.
I gotta open up a calculator to do that.
You seem to you hand him the 75 gold, and he seems like very like shocked, and he doesn't know what to do. Um, Other than maybe at some point he's gonna have to make another medium length silk, frostweave spider silk scarf in purple, but that's that's later rolled dough issues to deal with. Current ones are retrofitting your clothes
Yeah.
to be tearaway, basically. And I want to say, like I said, it was about 8:15. For you to peruse, explain your stuff for that. I want to say it's probably been about, you guys probably spent like a good 30 minutes in here.
Yeah, this nice brown shirt. How much is it?
What kind of, the nice brown shirt, what kind of material are you looking at?
Just looks like nice soft cotton brown shirt. I like it. I want it.
Okay, so it's kind of like are we like maybe like a thick, we're talking kind of like maybe a thick kind of cottony flannel kind of.
The most plainest brown run of the mill shirt he's got.
Like a t-shirt? Long sleeve?
Yeah, that long sleeve, cheap, plain brown. It's mine.
Well, yeah, there's that, but are you looking for something for warmth, or are you just kind of looking for just for something?
Just for something. I want to buy something too.
He kind of looks at you and is like, let's see here. I'm trying to remember how much common clothes are. Anybody happens to know this off the top of their head, let me know.
I don't.
I'm thinking like a full set of common clothes is like 5 copper. So it might be a couple of copper at most.
I do enjoy watching my weight go down whenever I hand somebody a large amount of gold.
Yeah, this is like,
That's my favorite part.
I hate dealing with copper, so just take the silver for it.
Actually, it says common clothes are 5 so I would say just the shirt would probably be a silver piece.
Hey, here you go.
Okay, and he's like, oh well, thank you. He's like, kind of, considering how much Ryan put down, he's very
It's kind of like
surprised.
whatever. He's
like,
worried about it.
yeah, he's just kind of like, compare. Yeah, he's just like, I mean, we have these. I mean, same color and much nicer. I mean, they'll keep you warmer than that. I mean, those are. I mean, if it does, that's what I mean. The true, if that's what you want, but
Yep,
I mean,
brown's my favorite color.
Okay.
Listen, not everyone has an eye for fashion, and this guy here is blinded by being by my side all the time.
He just seems very, considering, it's like, you guys all came in together, and it's just very opposite ends of the spectrum, and he's just kind of like he's not really used to seeing like higher fancy pants mingling with very like low class normal, unless it's something bad.
I'll tell you what, kid. Next time we come in here, we're not in a fashion emergency. Maybe we'll have a little makeover episode, Get this guy all fixed up.
Oh my god. Fucking a Remy makeover show.
I smell a montage coming up.
Yeah. A nice
Also,
Rocky montage, but it's him becoming like a male model.
Yeah. Also, I'm sorry to hear that, Khaleesi.
Put down my hair.
Let's see here, and I'm assuming nothing of interest sparks your fancy here, Lani. You got kind of have clothes out the wazoo, I know.
Yeah, no, I'm good on clothes.
I know, Lani.
Anything that can fit a small sloth?
A what?
A small sloth?
No, I
Hi.
heard the sloth, but what was the object? Sorry.
Do you have anything that could fit a small sloth?
He's just very confused. Just by the look in his eyes, he doesn't seem to know what a sloth is.
I peek out.
So,
Hi.
For lords and saviors.
hold on a second here.
Could you roll intimidation?
Yeah, he just kind of go. And yeah, he's just like completely dumbfounded that this sloth poked its head out of the backpack and started talking. He's just gone completely silent, hardly, unblinking, just kind of like pointing.
I have a question because I don't know if it's ever made clear. Or maybe I'm just reading too much into this. So we have a talking sloth. Is it something only we can understand, or does
No.
everybody understand what the sloth is saying?
It's sentient
Okay.
enough to speak languages, so it's
Okay.
not telepathically speaking to anybody. It is verbally hi, and he just sees this creature come out of the backpack of Remy, and just like hi, and he's just like,
So my next question is, assumably, people in this kind of climate probably don't know what a sloth is to begin with, let alone that maybe they're not supposed to talk. So, like, we have some strange creature in our backpack.
You're not sure about the general populace. You do know that this kid does not know what a sloth is and is completely and totally, absolutely dumbfounded.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I tried to get you some nice clothes.
Yeah, well, we could just wrap a scarf around you.
Like a little baby onesie.
Yeah, I was going to say, roll it.
Lost track of time. I gotta get the dog a shot there.
I thought you already gave the dog its shot.
No, I had to AFK real quick for something else.
Oh, oops. Okay. I mean, if we have to, we could double back for that, because it kind of sounded like you wanted to look for clothes for R. You know what? While he's doing that, yeah, if somebody wants to look for like baby clothes in here, you can feel free to help him in that sense. I just need perception rolls.
The door.
All right, how do you feel about I don't know, a little scarf?
I'm looking for baby clothes.
Oh
Okay.
shit!
Yeah, it's not too terribly hard to find a section of like small, like, you know, even it looks like possibly like varying sizes of clothes for like different rate. Because I mean, you you know of a gnome, you know that there's actually probably more than him because gnomes are more common here. Um, dwarves, humans, you know, so there's like varying sizes of like baby clothes.
Okay,
And
gonna like
you do eye some that would probably be about our sized. Um, ranging from very simple to very like baby cutesy, like the overly
baby cutesy clothes.
like over like a certain percentage of like, you know, it's like almost like tooth rottingly cutesy
Yeah, I want those.
to like very like human, or not but to very like you know, kind of like, you know, oh, I'm fabulously and I'm fabulous and so is my baby, and the baby's like, I'm quite, you know, posh myself, if the baby could talk.
I want the most ridiculous over the top baby clothes I can find. And I want a bonnet to be included as well.
How into this is R? Let's ask that.
Meh.
Just meh.
I don't really care. I mean, I'm just.
I'm just here. Okay.
They have to be comfortable for sleeping.
Well, I mean, we are talking about baby clothes, and I mean, let's face it.
What else do
Pretty much
babies
all-
do? I mean,
Yeah.
aside from like eating and pooping themselves.
And shitting, yeah.
Same.
Damn, too real considering the situation.
Yeah, you easily
I cry and scream a
find-
lot too.
Same.
You easily find some outfits that are just completely and totally fucking outlandish. Like, you know, outlandishly like flamboyant, gaudy baby clothes.
I have a question, Hesper. For finances' sake, are fine baby clothes more or less expensive than fine adult clothes?
I would say they probably run the same price, just because even though it's less fabric, it's like has to be specialized. Actually, no. Now that I think about it, because baby clothes generally, let's see here, because like a baby's T-shirt or whatever is like what, $2, where like an adult one's like, and like $10.
Probably depends on where you're shopping.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking Walmart here.
Okay. I went to some like baby store. I think it was like Babies R Us. And like a free
Oh,
pack
yeah.
of little onesies was like $15. It was ridiculous.
So $5 each. Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe
I would.
that's not ridiculous. I don't know. It seemed expensive to me.
Let's say probably about half price. But the ones that Lani is describing being like super out there, I would say would be full price, just because of how outlandish they are.
How much is full price?
Full price of a fine
Like,
set of clothes.
That's 40 gold, right? Yeah.
I think so.
Done. Sold. I'll take it.
Okay. So
Does it come with a funny little hat?
It comes with a bonnet.
Yeah, she specifically said bonnet. So, yeah. Let's see here. Let me just double check. I think it's 40. Your 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 uh your sloth there is getting going to be played dress up later by Lani.
Nice.
I'm just glad
Let's.
we didn't waste the natty 20 on finding baby clothes. We
Oh,
actually used that roll.
sorry, it's not. It's not 40. It's 15 gold pieces for fine clothes.
Oh shit! What? Okay.
I think the costumes are 40.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a difference between like costumes and fine clothes. But anyways, yeah. So yeah, it'd be about 15 pieces of gold, Lonnie. Very, it's very like fine, in quality. It's very like tooth rotteningly sweet looking, and like we're talking like the pastelly paint color.
Yep.
And frills and fucking huge ass fucking bonnet. It's just like other than a joke, you don't know who in their right mind would buy this. But anyways, okay, so brown shirt. All right, and you were asking for a bag. He unfortunately, with as you're saying that, and I'm gonna say part is that perception roll with Roux. They don't have like bags here. It does not seem like bags are one of their specialities. And you're assuming more than likely like a backpack or something would probably be coming from somebody who deals more with like leathers. Okay, Feugy?
What?
Glad you're paying attention.
Well, I thought you were telling Lonnie about a bag.
No, you wanted a bag for R, but I was telling you that you'll
Sorry.
probably yeah. But anyways, yeah, I would say more than likely you would have to go to somebody who deals with leather to do something like that. But anyways, yeah. Like I said, it's about 15 minutes before curfew. I'd say at this point. Didn't know if there's anything else that you guys wanted to do, or
You said 15 minutes before curfew?
yeah.
Uh. What's the travel time from the
From where
tailor
you
to
got
the inn?
30.
Okay, so I guess we just better beeline for the inn.
I mean, that's completely and totally up to you guys what you want to do.
I had
That sounds
something else
good.
I wanted to kind of do, but it can also wait a day because everything else got pushed back.
Okay, because I know Cados was wanting to. I think part of the thing that Cados wanted to do is Cados wanted to sneak around at night and go up to the Hang Laughing Man and do stuff up there.
Right, and I was saying that I wanted to push that back a night so that I
Because of
could
your.
do so because of my fashion emergency, Hesper.
Okay, all right. So, I mean, if the rest of you are okay with that, then yeah, you can probably. If you wanted to head back to the inn, you guys could.
Yeah, it sounds like we probably should.
Okay. So you guys decide, okay, well, you've taken up enough of this kid's time. Kind of got some cool shit to play with. Let's head back to the inn. you thank him for his time. He thanks you. You guys go ahead and exit the door. It seems like he's putting out the rest of the candles, and shortly after you guys leave, he opens the door and seems to lock up and start heading in the direction that he needs to head into to go home. You're assuming more than likely he probably lives pretty close.
Okay.
Let's see here.
If he lives close, we could just like walk him to his place and then beeline for the inn. Why not?
That's totally up to you guys what you guys want to do. You guys are assuming he didn't say where he
He
lived.
seemed
or
timid
anything.
and worried about going out at night because of, well, me.
I think he was just kind of timid and worried just because it was so late at night. He didn't know what to expect at first. But, and like I said, looking at him and stuff like that after he locks up and stuff, he seems to be like running to get back home. So,
Oh, damn. Okay.
yeah, he's just kind of like what you guys were saying. He's making a pretty good to do about it, and because of his small stature and stuff, he seems like he knows where he's going and seems to be like very like you're assuming or not assuming, but looking at him, he seems to, like most halflings that you've seen before, seem to just kind of blend into the background. They're unless they're wanting to be noticed, they can be very unremarkable in being noticed.
Dang, well, okay, we go to the inn.
Okay. All right. Are you guys? I'm guessing you guys are going at a quicker pace than a normal, because, like I said, it's 30 minutes going at a normal pace.
Yeah, we'd like to be about at the inn by the time curfew runs out.
Okay. So
Double time.
you guys are running, so because of that, we're gonna go off. So because of that, perception would be. If you guys are wanting to run a perception roll just to kind of see what's going on, you can, but you guys are going to need to roll at disadvantage. Otherwise, yeah, you're gonna have to roll me another one, Remy.
I guess I'll roll.
Yeah. Well, if all of you are rolling, then I guess I'll go ahead and have Raine roll. Why did it roll 3 of them?
What kind of triple disadvantage is that?
I have no fucking relatable
Reliable.
talent. What the fuck is that?
Do you like roll 3 die and then take the second best?
I think I'm just taking the 11. I don't know what the hell rolling. Wait, rolling 10 plus 8 reliable talent equals 10 plus 8?
Is that a feat?
So I'm trying to figure out. It's so fucking weird.
How much does it really matter, though, Hesper? Let's just move on. We'll figure it out later.
Yeah, it's like something got turned on that wasn't supposed to be on hers. I wonder. Hold on a second. What the fuck? So what happens if I... Okay, something must have got turned on hers. I don't know what the fuck it is. Basically, what it's doing is it's doing 10 plus her modifiers.
Oh!
That's what the blue number is. That would be like passive.
Oh, well, yeah. By 11th level, you have refined your chosen skills. Whenever you make an ability check that'll charge a proficiency bonus, you can treat a d20 roll of 9 or lower as.
I don't know where she'd be getting that from is the issue.
Looks like it's rogue. I just did a quick
She's, she's,
Google.
she's not a rogue, though. She's a fucking bard, hexblade warlock level 8 and 2. I think it's just something got turned on by mistake. And I'm not worrying about it right now. I'll figure it out later. But anyways, so yeah, 11 would be hers. So Ryan is definitely the most perspective. Definitely has the best knowing of what's going on.
It's because
you
I have my
guys-
arms straight out at my back.
Anyways, as you guys, make a run back towards the snow tier end, about making it about 5 minutes after curfew, you guys burst into the snow tier end. You're like, yes, I think we made it. And as you look around, you realize that there are two guards at the snow tier end talking to Master Silverbeard. As everybody's just kind of turned and is looking at you guys bursting in through the door.
Hey, 5 minutes after curfew, but we cool, right?
I mean, Master Silverbeard's just kind of sitting there like, okay. And, the guard's like, I mean, generally, we give some leeway and such. It's just, yeah, just trying to figure out why you guys ran all the way. Why you guys bursted in through the door. It's not out of suspicion. It's just kind of like, well, I definitely wasn't expecting that to happen. And I don't.
Listen, I was getting some clothes repaired. We ended up buying some stuff, and we chatted with the tailor for a long time, and we lost track of time, so we ran here.
All right.
See, look what we got. And I show off my new purple scarf.
Yes, sir. Very, very nice. And wait a minute.
It goes well with my brown pants.
And I see like, wait a minute. They kind of turn and start talking to each other, and then turn back and kind of looking at you guys, and look back, and then they look back at you guys again, kind of doing a double take. It's like, wait, aren't you the ones who got in trouble with Geralt?
I feel like trouble isn't the right word. We kind of came to a arrangement with him.
I mean, all we heard is that you guys got in trouble with him for something or other, and I mean, like I said, not our jurisdiction, so. But anyways, and these guards seem very, kind of laid back as opposed to the ones that you saw earlier,
I like it.
like down at the Port District. These guys are just kind of like, yeah, I don't feel
These
like
are the guards the
being
nice
here.
parts of town get.
Yeah,
you're making a judgment based on class.
kind of, and then also at the same time, these guards are kind of like, it might have possibly been, technically it wasn't my night to work a shift, but I kind of have to because of the whole thing that happened here last night.
Oh.
So it's kind of a kind of sort of class thing, kind of sort of it's not even, like clerks and Dante's like, I'm not even supposed to be here today kind of mentality, and just kind of, fuck it, I'm here. So they're just kind of like, okay, well, naughty naughty finger wag, tap tap tap. No, don't be out after curfew.
All right, we'll keep that in mind.
It's very, very it's very much the like a warning that you'd get from a police officer that's just very like, I don't want to deal with this shit right now. Just don't let it happen again, kind of thing. Where it's just like,
Yeah, I get it. We're very naughty. Okay, well, I guess if you have nothing else to say to us, we're going to our room now.
well, hopefully nobody else decides to burst through your window for some odd reason.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. And they kind of are talking to Master Silverbeard, getting everything ready before they kind of are situated at their post of trying to figure out why this guy needed to come here, and then when shit went south, he jumped out through a window. So just kind of looking at him and such, you just kind of have a feeling that they're just kind of, they kind of feel like that there's some reason that the Shadow Menace has something to do with this, but they don't know what it is. What the end. They don't know if it's a Patreon. They don't know if it's something else. The perfect spot to summon Cthulhu.
Hey, leave him out of this.
What'd you say?
Oh, I said, hey, leave him out of this.
Yeah, it's just very much a, we kind of have to do this, but we don't know why we have to kind of we don't know why we don't know why, but we have to kind of situation.
I literally can't summon Cthulhu. He's not picking up the phone.
Thanks, Aster. Anywho, as you guys make your way upstairs, back into your room, if there's anything that you guys want to talk about or take care of before you decide to take your long rest, since you aren't going to do any nighttime spelunking, I guess now's the time.
So, what's our plan for tomorrow, guys?
Well, I know around night. Well, okay, so around noon, I'm gonna have to pick up my outfit. I suppose around that time, since it won't be very busy at the tavern, I'd like to maybe speak with oh god, what's her name again? The person who runs Siren Song Tavern.
Siren Song would be Eldrin.
I'd like to speak with Eldrin again about something, and maybe do some scheming with her, and then I know Raine wanted to see about meeting up with some people at the Hang Laughing Man at night. So we could do that tomorrow night.
I mean, I was just suggesting night, but I mean, I guess we could go during the day. Just might have to be a little bit more discreet about what we're doing. I really want to go to the Hang Laughing Man and see if we can maybe find some of the ingredients that we're looking for. I'm thinking that might be a good place to go to check and see if we can possibly find some of these the mushrooms that we're needing.
Hmm. And also,
But
she was really interested in finding information about Glinting Blade.
yeah, I was about ready to get to that. And then also, not to mention, that might be a good spot to also go looking for information about Glinting Blade. But yeah.
Bye, Khaleesi.
All right, take care, Khaleesi. And then, not to mention, we also have the, rights that were given to Remy to be able to go into the mines. So we do have that if we wanted to go after the spring water. I guess it really just depends if we want to go after information or if we want to go after getting a material taken care of. About the only thing I wouldn't suggest doing during the day is trying to scale the walls to get out to take care of some of the stuff that might be outside the walls.
Dude, are we not allowed to like leave and re-enter? Not like we're known people.
Yeah, basically the guards are like, once you came in through the main gates, they're like, they told you guys, okay, well, you're stuck here like the rest of us.
Okay, I don't know how clear that was. All right, good to know.
It was fairly clear.
Okay, a wall isn't that much of an obstacle to me. I don't care, but
Yeah, I'm just telling you,
Mhm.
and I'm trying to play as well as I could, and how Cados probably would have thought. So
Yeah, you even use some of those words she likes.
I'm not
So,
sure which words
oh,
I used that
discreet,
twice, but
discretion. I know she's into that.
yeah.
So I guess we all just take a boat on this news cruise.
All
Unless
right.
anybody's got some.
Nope. Sounds like a good. We got a busy day tomorrow.
You wearing your brown pants to bed, Feugy?
Oh, you know it.
I'm just waiting for Lani to be like, yeah, Roux dresses are up in the fucking baby clothes I just bought her.
Don't worry, that's coming.
Is that I'm going to do that when everybody's on kind of situation?
Everyone needs to be here for that.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and I guess sorry, Roux. I thought I'd be able to get all this done tonight, but I guess I'm borrowing your clothes longer than expected.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Good night.
Don't worry about it. I'll burn them later.
I'll prestidigitation them later.
Yeah, I was gonna do that.
So, I guess you guys decide to call in an early night.
Uh,
Hmm?
well, we don't really have anything until noon to do, so maybe we just hang around, eat breakfast and stuff, and then
Okay, so just
yeah,
kind of real quick,
yeah.
nothing you have to ask Master Silverbeard or anything like that. Just kind of
I
stick to our
honestly
business
feel
or
like the
whatever.
less we talk to him, the better. That's my position with him.
Okay, no, that's perfectly fine. It's whatever you guys want to do. We'll just hit the fast forward button. So I guess as the tape continues, as we near noon the next day, uh, with you guys, oh shit, I never did. I never started up the music. There we go. We're playing some music, maybe. There it goes. Okay, and
I got it
go
maxed out
ahead.
and I don't hear it. That's something.
I
Okay.
I have it very low on my end. You want?
Hey,
Oops.
there it is.
I'm trying to not overpower with it, so there we go. It's kind
It
of
is
something
inaudible
subtle in the
again.
back. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess just because my hearing is just insane. It's like, because I could hear it at that low volume, but that was just me. But okay.
Every once in a while I hear like a little like bass from one of the strings or something. That's about
Yeah.
it.
Well, I bumped it up a little bit because I don't want the music to kind of be like, I'm listening to the music. And what did I fucking say? Because I completely and totally forgot. Because, I instead of having it pump through my normal ones, I have it going through my headset. Anyways,
Yeah, I don't know. Don't ask for
um,
audio advice from the guy with tinnitus.
yeah. Uh, anyways, as I was, jeez, yeah, it's gonna annoy me at that volume. So
I have the
it turns
ears
out,
of like a 55-year-old.
yeah. Anyways, so like I said, it starts nearing about noon. You guys, probably about 11:30 or so. decide to go ahead and make your way back over to the Hearthfire design and back over the Hearthfire designs. Making your way back over there about noon o'clock. About noon. I guess go ahead and roll me the good old perceptions.
And I can't stress
And
this enough. Ha!
and tell me if there's like anything in particular you're looking for.
I just want Hesper's weather report.
Oh well, that's very easy without a perception attempt.
You know what? I look for the same thing. I want to know if they've replaced any of my posters.
Okay. Is Lani AFK?
No.
Gonna roll me a good old perception there, Lani. I'll take the left number. And anything in particular you're looking for?
I'm just looking for anything that happens to be different. Nothing in particular, just anything different.
Yeah. Okay, so first of all, we'll go with the very mundane, the weather. Clouds have set back in. Once again, seems like it snows here all the goddamn time, according to you guys, for the few days that you've been here. Though snow is pretty light. Definitely seems like due to how cold it dropped last night, like a lot of the undersnow started freezing over, so it's like you're walking on top of the snow and then underneath is like very thick and heavy ice and sludge.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, so because I know if you get to a certain temperature, snow will freeze underneath. So it's this very packed, like hard, slick layer
Hey
towards the
Hesper,
bottom.
I have a question that we might not need the answer for till later. How does the lack of friction on ice affect my shadow stepping? Do I keep momentum?
That is a good question. That's something I haven't really thought of.
That's got
How
some
about we?
fucking fantasy science here.
Yeah, how about we cross and burn that bridge when we get to it?
Oh boy. Okay.
Because that'll give me more time to think about it.
That was a good question I had. All right.
Yeah. Probably a good question for like any of the upper people at D&D too, because they're probably like, I don't fucking have an idea.
I want to know if I just suddenly, teleport 60 feet, am I gonna just fucking slide at 60 feet per 6 seconds?
How far forward do I continue? Anyways, right. So like I said, it's not snowing very heavy. Foot traffic very light. Nothing really out of the ordinary. Um, same as usual. Guards are pretty light in this area. You guys eventually make your way back over to the market district. By the way, no, they have not replaced your wanted poster yet.
Okay.
And like I said, so there aren't any new ones. And what were you looking for, Lani?
Nothing.
Nothing. Was it Remy that was looking for something?
He was looking to see if he had anything different.
Anything different? Not really. No. I mean, probably the most different thing today is like the amount of snowfall.
Oh, can I hear the Undertaker bell?
Oh, that's a good question. You. I would say definitely Ryan hears it occasionally on the wind. But yeah, it's definitely a thing going on. You're kind of like walking, you're like, huh, it's very odd that. Oh, wait, no, we're taking the left number. Yeah, you can definitely. I don't know why I was looking at the right number. Yeah, the left number. Yeah, you can hear it too. So can Ryan, Remy, and Raine are a little bit more oblivious to it. As you guys make your way over back to the Hearthfire Designs.
While they're going into the Earthfire Designs, can I go next door to the leatherworkers shop?
Okay, yeah. We'll go ahead and do theirs before. Anybody else wanting to go with Roux over to the leatherworker, or is it just Roux going to the leatherworker?
Yeah, I'll go over there too.
Okay, so Ryan and Roux, Remy and Roux go to the leatherworker. Just to keep things simple, Raine and Ryan go to the tailor because, yeah,
Just feels right.
yeah. All right, so we'll do the tailor first.
Rap a tap tap on the door.
Yeah, uh, yeah, and Raine kind of looks at you and it's just like it's normal business hours. I think the door is just unlocked.
I walk in.
You walk in. I forgot to mention this the first time. The same little tinkle of a bell goes off. You look towards the back. He's kind of looking. He's looking up at the door as soon as you knock, and looking over. It's not very hard to notice. He is just about done. He's like putting on like the very final touches on this. Um, you haven't quite taken a look at it yet, but like I said, you can tell that he's probably within like the next 5 minutes or so going to be done. He's kind of doing the last few like stitches that he's going to need to make, and just double checking everything, making sure his work is done right.
Quality
All that fun stuff.
assurance.
Yeah. Um, he goes, yeah, because you did introduce yourself, if I remember right.
I usually
He
do,
looks.
but yeah.
Yeah, I think you did. I don't think anybody else did. So he looks up and he's like, "Oh yes, Mr. Ryan. Yes. I'm just about done. Just making sure everything's good. Crossing T's, dotting I's, watching P's."
You gotta watch out for those peas. They're very deadly.
and Q's.
Never seen a Q.
Anywho, he's going through. You're watching, as you're watching his hands. Despite his age, and it is very much like he was, not only taught, but it was almost like he was like bred for this kind of work. It seems very much like it's one of those. I am a tailor, and my father was a tailor, and my grandfather before him was a tailor, and before him, and like fucking generations. His hands seem to be, despite his age, quite skilled.
You're quite nimble with that needle you got there.
I mean, they say some people are born with a silver spoon in their mouth. I mean, I guess probably born with a needle in my hands. I mean,
Well, I was born with a silver spoon in my mouth and pretty decent with my hands. And I would like to pull out my pen from, I guess, my forgery kit and do some cool pen tricks, like twirling around in my fingers.
okay. Roll me a sleight of hand check. They're pretty decent. It's not anything like
Yeah.
absolutely like amazing or whatever. It's just whatever comes to mind and stuff. Twirls and stuff. Um, you know, um, yeah. He kind of gives you kind of like a nod of that what you said is true. As like I said, he goes through and seems to be holding up the piece of garment, checking it, giving it some nice you know tugs here and there, making sure that everything's holding nice and seems to be holding well. And he goes, "Okay, I think that will go ahead and do it." And he takes the clothes and he seems to have them. He was finished up the top as he goes through and folds the top. The pants are already folded, and he goes ahead and places them up on the counter. And you've already paid for the service. And he goes through and explains everything that he did, how he had to add a bit of fabric to it to allow ease of hiding the snaps. Um, they're as loose fitting as you had them before. So it's not like, oh, I had to add the snaps. So because I had to add the snaps and the overlay and stuff, now it's a lot tighter fitting. It has like the same amount of give and take that it previously had before you had it modified. The stitch work seems to be of good, pretty good quality. Doesn't look like any like it doesn't look like the stitches are all out of line or whatever. They seem to be going straight down, just the way that they need to be going. The extra amount of fabric that he had to add is well hidden in the seams. And yeah, you're pretty, like I said, despite his age, you're pretty impressed with his handiwork.
I gotta say, you're a savant.
Uh,
I was kind of worried about handing my very expensive clothing to a kid when I first saw you, but you've really proven yourself here.
I mean, thank you. I mean, granted, I'm sure he kind of goes somber kind of again, as he seems to be, thinking about which you're assuming probably at this point might have been like family members that you're assuming that he probably
Hey,
lost recently.
you lose them both, kid?
Um, I'm all that's left. Um,
Well,
you know,
I'm sure
he kind
they
of
would be very proud of you if they saw your handiwork today.
he kind of points over at and by the way, kind of hanging on the back wall. There seems to be like a small like portrait, and as you're looking at the portrait, you see you see the mother and father. You see basically the blend of their features together, making making roll dough. And you also notice in the picture like two sisters, a brother,
Ooh,
and a like an infant in the mother's arms. So this was a pretty big family. Both the
you're.
sisters look like they were older than he was, and the brother looks like it possibly was his twin.
I think looking at this picture, I'm like visibly like shell shocked. Like you, you're the only one that's left.
Uh, yes.
Well, listen, I know we just met, but if you need anything else, come and find us. We're staying at the Snow Tier Inn.
I mean, thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
We're not your real family, but maybe we can be your friends or something.
Surrogate family.
You know.
Adoptive family. Okay, kid, work for us. You're gonna make us crime clothes.
Well, we'll get there later.
And have a personal. That's what I meant by crime clothes, Lani.
Yeah, that would be wild. I'd be into that, but I wouldn't just come out and make that weird offer. You know?
Yeah, somebody he just met last night who needed alterations for her clothes for a very odd and weird.
I might not be smart, but I am still
level
wise.
up a little bit higher, Lani.
Yeah, we need to acquire a deeper social link.
Yeah, right now you have like no support. You might need like an A support.
Yeah, I guess I'm
but
gonna
yeah,
make my way out of here. But listen, if you need anything, if you need money, emotional support, anything like that, we got you. We're just ask for us at the Snow Tier Inn.
he's kind of quiet. He nods to you. He goes, seems very appreciative of your words. Oh my god, Feugy, you just ruin a fucking moment, why don't you?
Man, the best fucking timing with that.
Oh jeez. But anyways, yeah. Very, very oof.
Okay, so I'd like to say I complete my side of this party split.
Yeah, and the reason why I went ahead and did yours is because I kind of had the feeling yours was going to be quicker.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll go ahead and switch over, and I'm going to say partially, I'll tell you when, but I'll tell you when you probably make your way over to Remy and Roux. So Remy and Roux, you make your way next door to the leather workers. Let's see here. What do we want to call this real quick? Give me a second here to come up with a name.
Leathers are us.
I'm half tempted at this point.
Well, now there's like a genuine leather worker like right next door. I'm surprised he didn't point me over to him when I started talking about, my leathers.
I think that's the part when he started tuning you out and just kind of like super embarrassed. Because there was, like I said, he, with what you rolled and what he rolled, it's just very, parts of it got definitely lost in translation and just kind of like, oh boy, why is he talking to me about this? All he really had to tell me is the clothes just had to come apart. I would have been fine with that. Why is he telling me this? I don't need to know about his personal life.
Yeah, I
need to
definitely
know.
I just barreled through that thing. Like I was like, no, I wrote these jokes. I'm gonna tell them no matter what. Okay, Feugy and Lani.
We walk into Leathers are us.
I'm not calling it Leathers Are Us.
They range from bondage gear to nice clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Anyways,
Extreme restraints.
So you make it. You make it over next door. You notice like outside that you didn't notice before. Seem to be sections of leather that are being like stretched and basically cured. I'm guessing this is well, I don't know if this is actual good weather, but this might be what in this area what's considered good weather for getting like leather tanned and such. But we'll just go ahead and roll with that. Like I said before, there weren't any of these. Seems to be very as opposed to like for example like the Hearthfire design, which seems to have like like kind of looks like a twirling dress in front of like a hearth fire. This is just very fucking crude and simple. It just looks like a fucking stretched piece of leather and that's it. There's like no wording or anything. It's like I make fucking leather.
I'm into it.
And going ahead and opening up the door, I'm assuming you guys are going to go ahead and open up the door and head on in. What's going on? As you guys, what are you guys doing to enter?
Windows letting us see in.
The windows are iced over.
Of course they are. All right, I'm just gonna go in.
All right. Anything in particular that you're saying upon entry? Remy?
I'm just gonna go in. What was I looking? Oh yeah, I'm gonna go in and I'm just gonna be like, oh hey, kid next door told me to come here for a fur cloak, so.
A fur coat, okay. Fur coat or fur cloak?
Cloak.
Cloak, okay.
That's Cruella de Vil this shit.
Yeah, I'm preferably made from Dalmatians.
Oh my god! Oh, yuck. Let's see here. How do I want? Yeah. You see what looks to be like an older, like human male, cracked skin. Seems to be like wearing a pair of glasses. Turns towards you and goes, "How? What'd you say? You're looking for for a fur?
Had any fur cloaks?" I forgot the word for fur for a second.
Hold on, give me a minute to get over there. You see him. He's like I said, he's like taking care of leathers and stuff, and he seems to put down like the knife that he's working with, and picks up his cane. It's like it's a carved wood cane. He kind of like walks his way towards you. Left hand's kind of behind his back as he walks towards you. As you get a look, he has like big, thick ass fucking like Coke bottle glasses.
Got a big thick ass.
He's a big thick grandpa ass. Like I said, definitely older. Completely and totally bald. By the way, like he's not even like Friar tucking it. And looking at him as he was talking and stuff, it doesn't seem like he has any bottom teeth.
As long as he's good at what he does.
So what are you needing again?
I'm looking for a thick fur cloak.
Looking for a thick fur cloak. That's an interesting. What?
A cloak, sir. Cloak.
I'm so glad I'm not in the store.
Oh, yes. Yes. So, what kind of fur are you looking for?
What do you have?
Well, I mean, it might just kind of, he's kind of adjusting his glasses. Kind of seems like, even though he has these big, thick ass Coke bottle glasses, kind of focusing in on you seems to be kind of a pain in the butt for you. And he's just like, let's see here. Well, I mean, you're from the area, right? You should know what kind of animals we have around here.
What kind of furs do you have?
Any kind of fur you can really think of. I probably have something.
Do you have any direwolf fur?
Direwolf? Oh. Well, that's an interesting one. Let's see here. He kind of like hobbles over, cane, walking over. It seems like, despite being very hard of hearing, kind of hard of seeing, and just very old, he seems to have a very good idea of where things are in the shop.
Leaf.
if you like blindfolded him, he probably would still know the way around the store. So let's see here. Direwolf. He's kind of holding it up, kind of close. So it seems like his eyes might be giving out on him, but possibly getting it at the right reflection and stuff, he might be able to find through like possibly like fur patterns and stuff. He goes through and goes, yes, this one here yes, hold on. Yes, yes, yes. This seems like it should be made of what you're looking for. Very, very interesting that you'd want direwolf. Not very many people like direwolf. Very, very coarse. I mean, if you're wanting to go hunting, I mean, it's a very good fur for that, but not if you're just kind of, well, going about your day and in a very normal situation here, young lady.
What would you recommend for a just day-to-day use in the snow?
Well, it just really depends on what you're doing day to day. Are you, I mean, my eyes aren't quite what they used to be, as you can kind of tell. Oh, that's a funny. But anyways, as I was saying, um, it really depends on what you end up doing for a day to day.
Well, maybe something that's a bit more versatile.
Hmm. Well, you looking for a short pile or a long pile?
Not super long to floor length, but maybe like
No, I'm not talking about the length of the coke. I'm talking about the length of the fur pile, lady.
like the fur length.
Like how long the fur is, yes.
I'm gonna go with whatever's softest.
Or soft. Well, um, yeah. Those generally tend to be about soft fish. Would be about a mink. Though they're very much for those high and hoity-toity types. So I think we might have a couple around here.
All right.
And he leads you further down the aisle of cloaks until this isn't really even he has to look for it. He just kind of seems to be running his hand all across until he just stops. He goes, yes, yes, here we go. Got about 3 of them in stock, it seems. He's trying to judge the colors. Seems like he has like a brown, a rusty kind of red, and a black.
Cloaks, right? They're not like a full-on Cruella de Vil.
Yeah,
Evil.
yeah, it's like what you're talking about. It's like the cloak.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the shoulders and around the hood are furred, and then it's like um it's like leather, but then it's like it has a claw. So it's basically kind of like fur lined, rather than like just like it's not like you're wrapping yourself around in a big ass fucking like bear pelt. But so it's like the outside parts of it are lined in it, and like around the neck, like on the on the inside, and kind of around the shoulders, and up through the inside where your head would be is lined with fur, but like the outside is like a leather, and the leather is basically dyed to match the color of the fur. So like the black furred mink is like has like black. The leather's been blackened. The red one's more of a red color, and the rusty red color is more, like I said, or like a rusty red.
For the black one.
Okay, well, I mean, here you go. You can go ahead and try it on, see how it feels. Like I said, you put it on, and the fur feels very, very like it's like it's like you can get lost in this fur. It's so soft.
All about this.
The length of it runs down to on you. Give me a second here. Currently in your current shape. Just kind of checking here real quick. Give me a second. Yeah, it seems to be a bit of a longer cloak, but for you, it doesn't seem to be so long that it's going to be scraping the ground or anything like that. It just barely seems to hang above ankle. And the length of it is long enough if you wanted to. With the size of your body, you can kind of grab each side of it and kind of flurl it around you and just kind of be wrapped up in this kind of like this like leathery blanket, basically. The inside, by the way, of this is like made of cloth, and it's like a like the backside of the cloak is made out of cloth rather than leather that's on the outside. And the cloth on the inside seems to be very like a higher quality cloth. And again, its main get out of that. The main purpose of it is for it to be designed to, like I said, it's designed for function, not to mention keeping the wearer warm.
I'll take it.
So, okay, he's like, well, that was a pretty easy sale, for you say so myself.
Easy
Well,
to please.
well, that's always good to hear. Good to hear. Yeah, you'll make somebody a fine wife with that mentality.
Oh no.
Anyways, he seems to be counting on fingers and such. Ah, yes, well, so yes, yes. I'll be that'll be about 50 pieces of gold.
Alright, I'm gonna hand him 55 pieces of gold. Just for your excellent service. You were great, sir. I'm sorry, what was your name?
Before you say that, he seems to pick up one of the pieces of gold and kind of put it between his teeth and his gums. Bites down on it.
Oh man, I knew you were gonna do this bit.
The miser.
It doesn't seem like I'm getting cheated anytime soon. Anyways, sorry, what'd you say there, little miss?
Oh, sir, sorry, I was just asking what your name was.
Oh, my name, yes, I mean, most people just call me Old Man Phil.
Old Man Phil. Alright, well, thank you, Mr. Phil.
I don't know why, it's just what they end up calling me nowadays. And
Phil's not even my name.
Yeah. I don't know where they got Phil from, and I'm just like, I just whatever. If that's what they want to call me. Not like I'll be around for too much longer, anyways. Just,
Sir.
something's wrong with this fucking old man.
Yeah.
He's just kind
Good thing we caught him when we did. He could be dead tomorrow.
Right, he might be dead tomorrow.
He might be dead 5 minutes from now. He leaves the store and all you just fucking hear him.
Remy, what did you need while we were here?
Yeah, sir, I'm looking at these nice brown leather gloves, these heavy duty work gloves. I would like them.
yes. Yes. Those will be about 5 copper.
Could we
yes,
get 4 pairs of those?
Thank you. Yes, because we need work gloves. Thank you.
Yes, that's good.
And I need them
know.
of various sizes.
There's just like I said, a couple of different, without knowing exactly everybody's hand size and stuff, you're just gonna have to guess. There's different sizes of gloves there.
I'm gonna grab a size for me, and I'm gonna guess that Cados has similarly sized hands. So I'll grab.
And you're assuming Ryan's just a little bit bigger than you.
Right.
Probably
so
the only
Remy.
awkward one.
Remy's the only one that has
Remy.
big. So.
Yeah, Remy has very meaty hands.
Yeah, I would assume 3 medium sizes and 1 large size.
Do you happen to have any sloth-sized gloves?
Sloth?
Sloth!
Sloth?
Sloth!
I'm so upset.
Why are you trying to sell me sloth for? I don't need any sloth.
Tiny gloves.
No, what we have out there is what we have, And if you're looking for baby-sized gloves, no, they don't have anything that's like baby-sized gloves. You're assuming if any people around here, if they have gloves for babies, it's probably like cloth mittens.
They don't just keep baby-sized work gloves sitting around?
Nope.
What are they doing with their babies?
Not putting in the work, that's for sure.
Yeah, hey, what are the child labor laws here in Dunreen?
Well, I mean, you just saw, what's an equivalent of a young teenager
Fair.
basically running a fucking tailor.
Well, I guess during the plague, it's whoever's still willing to do it.
Yeah, pretty much. And then, like I said, you got fucking Grandpa here. He looks like he's fucking crazy and looks like he's about ready to just peel over dead.
Should have retired 40 years ago.
Yeah.
All right, so how much do I owe you?
Well, like I said, it was 5 copper for the glove in each one, so each 2 silver.
Did you say 2?
Yes, 2.
Okay,
I know the accent can be very hard to hear, or the voice, I should say.
Also, the laptop speakers ain't nearly as good. Sound quality ain't as good right now.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about that. Anyways, you hand him the 2 silver, and once again he bites down and just testing this out, making sure it's not a whatever the hell fake currency would be used in D&D. And he's like, pleasure doing business with you. Pleasure doing business with And as this is happening, Ryan's walking in the door.
I probably walk in, listen to this guy say 2 words, and immediately just 180 walk out.
you
I don't
hear
have
him
patience for this guy.
You basically you walk in as he's talking to Roux about after she's like, I'm easy to please, and you hear the and, you'll make somebody a good wife one of these days.
Perfect.
Of that kind of attitude, and you're just like, fuck, nope, and just back out the door. The little bell goes ding ding ding. He doesn't even fucking hear it.
I probably look inside, hear that, look at my sword, and then decide better and do a 180 and walk out the door.
Not worth it. He'll die soon. Not worth it. Nature will take its course. Just fucking leave. Anyways, anything else you need here at Old Man Phil's? Apparently, as you walk in, it's a little bit more thematic. There's like a piece of leather like being stretched out by bears. So you're assuming, I don't know, the fucking bear tanners.
I think that's all we needed. So I guess we'll head on out, meet up with Ryan.
Are you all head on back here if you need some good old ladders again? Oh yeah, sure, I'll be around. Provider's still here.
I think I caught 4 actual words.
Out of what I just said?
Yeah. Oh,
Good.
Lani gone.
Oh shit, you gonna...
I'm back. Sorry. What happened?
Oh.
Okay, you dropped out of roll 20, so I was like, uh-oh. I don't hear
Oh.
Discord noises because streamer mode, but you dropped out of roll 20.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it looks like it's having some problems. Hello?
Yeah, you're still here. You're just not in roll 20. What time is it? No.
Since the whole like Cados thing and stuff, I've resigned to this session just being filler. We'll
I
do
think
the important stuff next week.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
Firefox. Firefox is freaking out right now.
Yeah, like I said, it's about 20 minutes until 11. I know Feugy probably would only at most be able to go for like another hour. Doesn't seem like there's really
What is
too
going
much.
on?
Was there anything else that you guys were wanting to do in the market district while you're here, or was that pretty much it?
Not in the market district.
Okay. And I would say if Lani is having issues and a lot of the other stuff that was more Cados-y, like the hanged laughing man and stuff, probably would be better when she's actually here.
I'm gonna take a video of what my browser is doing right now. It's giving me epilepsy.
Oh dear.
Wow. Okay.
That bad.
Anyway. So Lonnie's just sitting there watching a rave on her screen.
I literally
Like-
am.
Man, I
Loading into
remember
the line.
way back to I think it was first Coil in FF14. We brought Kohai in to raid with us for the first time, and the moment he loaded in, his computer immediately crashed in such a way that one of his monitors was all pink and the other monitor was all yellow.
Ugh.
He sent me a picture like that. That was like, I don't know, maybe a week of knowing him. Good times.
Oh my god, Lonnie, what is going on with your fire?
Alright, I gotta check this out.
It's online, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh my god. Yeah, so I would definitely probably say that, with that going on with Lani, no Caddis, and if there's nothing else that you guys are absolutely wanting to do here in the market district, might be a good idea to probably go ahead and wrap up this filler episode. I mean, we did spend, what, like an hour or so with you in the Taylor the first time.
Yeah, that was a nice filler session. I feel a little bad that we have one of those in a mini campaign, but here we are, making do with what we got.
Yeah, I mean, I probably would have made it a lot shorter and a lot less fillery if I knew that Cados was going, didn't completely and totally crash and was like, "Hey, look, I might get tornadoed."
Yeah, now we're a post session now. I wanted to tell you what I have going on planned, and maybe I can flesh this out more, because I thought of this an hour and a half before it was time to do this, so it was kind of half baked to begin with. But I want to reveal myself to Eldrin and ask for her assistance, and I have some maybe a little thing planned regarding that.
Okay, yeah. Well, we'll just have to wait and see what happens.
And I've also been asking about those wanted posters a lot, so there's your other hint.
Okay, and let's see here. What else was there? Yeah, is there uh anything roleplay wise that you need to do with Roux before we, while you guys are waiting in this market district, or any ideas you need to kick towards me or anything like that, Lani?
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, hi.
Hi. I said no. I think I'm good.
Okay. Let's hope that Lani can get a new microphone.
Well,
What about you, Feugy?
No, I want to hand out the gloves that I got.
Mhm.
Ryan, here's your glove.
Okay, so yeah,
I'm gonna give you both your gloves.
How's this? In
yeah,
character,
so
I press to digitate them and realize they're still brown afterwards, and I sigh.
yeah,
There's a nice highbrow joke to end the session.
I'm gonna show off my new cloak to Ryan.
Oh, hell yeah.
Do like a little twirl, a little runway walk.
She twirls around. There's this, black leather cloak. The interior of it seems to be, like the bottom, like the inside seems to be this, like this black cloth. Kind of, kind of, kind of flannelly, I would say. And
I did
look
kind
and
of want
feel.
to like try on my outfit and then like bust out of it in front of the kid, but I figured that would be too much for him. Ta-da!
And then yeah, and then like I said, and just like I said, this very like lush kind of like mink fur. It's lining the outside of it, the inside of the hood. Just like this. Like I said, she's just kind of like in heaven. And she's just kind of like snuggled by this like mink fur lined interior of this cloak. Is it's very warming, and just kind of wrapping yourself up in it. You're just like, yeah, I'm gonna be nice and toasty
I'm wearing a hug.
without the armholes. Yeah, basically. Don't those hug blankets or whatever have armholes?
Yeah, the Snuggies.
Yeah.
I have like 5 Snuggies.
Not a sponsor, but contact me if you're interested, Snuggies.
I have one
not
of
a
those.
sponsor, but not a sponsor, but hashtag could be.
I have one of those. What's it called? Like a huggle. It's like a huge blanket and a sweatshirt shape. It's amazing.
Mm. But yeah, all right. Yeah, I guess if we really don't have anything else, you know, I'll just make sure to put on everybody that brown leather work gloves. Yeah, I'll get that on everybody's sheet at some point. But yeah, I think other than that, there's not really too much else to go over without completely and totally. The nice thing about this filler is at least Cados won't be completely and totally lost.
Next session's intro is just last week they bought clothes.
Clothes and leather things. Ryan thought about murdering a fucker, but then decided against it.
Although Bubba said he will join us in 2 weeks, so
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, if I can get a hold of him at some point. Lani, why did you never put your health back up to full after you fell off the wall? You haven't gotten hurt since.
About the whole gonna cut a bitch thing. In my bonds, I have Ryan does his best to watch over and provide for his siblings, and has gone down some dark roads to do so.
So you
Oh
so
my.
to protect your
There.
so to protect your sibling, you're gonna murder an old man. Got it.
Hell yeah! Do is like making a pass at my sister. That's how I would have read that if I was just walking into it.
Is he really though, or is he just kind of like because would he really? Because I mean, if you think about
I
how
walked
old he
in, heard
fucking
one
was,
thing, heard a creepy laugh. I started thinking about my sword.
all right, fair enough. Fair enough. Let's see here. Quick question, if you don't mind me asking, Feugy, is Bubba going to be one of your siblings?
I have no idea. He just told me that he'll join us in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I put the
Okay,
little
yeah.
bug in his ear about maybe being like a guard. Maybe he was one of those easygoing guards that we talked to at the inn. Set that up.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I'll just have to talk to him, see what he has to say and such. You know.
I feel like being this far in, it would be a little weird if we had like one extra sibling. Who we just don't talk about.
I mean, not really, if you think about it, because maybe he was sent on another mission while you guys were not on that. Because maybe it was, oh, all I need is him, so I'll just
Yeah.
have him do this. And then he gets back, and it's like, oh yeah, by the way, I sent your siblings over that way to go figure that out. If you want to go take care of that, feel free to.
Mhm.
Because so he comes riding up in like fucking like a peasant wagon or whatever. Because instead of getting the nice fancy wagon that you guys got.
Well, if he wants to overachieve and do the homework, by the time he joins us, we'll probably have 30 hours of content on YouTube for him to look at.
Well, hopefully we don't have another filler episode like this one.
Yeah, I'll tell him he can skip this one. Alright, so I'm kind of off the session.
Yep. About 3 hours worth of playtime. Just equivalent to, fucking setting up clothes and buying clothes.
I'm really hoping next week is just like, last session, you bought clothes. Now jumping right in,
Yeah. I mean, I might be a little bit more descriptive about it,
Mhm.
so Cados kind of has an idea about at least what's going on.
Mhm.
I might be like, okay, you guys went to, a tailor, you found the tailor, went in, you know, uh, talked to a young teenage halfling named Roldo, and
Yeah, I did basically ask him if he wanted to be adopted.
yeah, basically, his stuff makes a little sense, and then it's like, oh yeah, by the way, you guys went next door and talked to, got some leather work gloves, and Roux got a fur mink leather cloak from Old Man Phil, who doesn't even know why he's called Old Man Phil. That's about it. And the less said about Old Man Phil and Aster's presence, the better, because Aster hates him.
Customer service will do that to you, man.
Oh, so I was triggering some PTSD. Damn, I didn't know that. I forgot that you did that for a while. Oops.